What's going on, guys? John Shea here from the No Shame Income vlog, and today I'm going to share with you guys a really cool strategy that I've been using to make my testimonials just really stand out and pop when it comes to basically wanting to sell stuff online, digital products, courses, software, whatever it is. There's most likely an instance if you're selling anything online, you're probably using testimonials from past customers. And there was something that I found, and I actually learned this from a mentor. I thought I would share this with you guys. I'm going to show you today how you can make some really awesome looking testimonials that actually look like they came from Facebook using real testimonials that maybe you've gotten from other places. Like, say for example, maybe someone emailed you something, they left it on YouTube, wherever it is. I'm going to show you a cool little strategy you can use to take those existing testimonials and turn them into something that looks even better. So without further ado, if you guys are brand new here in the channel or you're a returning visitor, don't forget to throw me a thumbs up on the video. If you comment on the video, I will actually come back and reply to your comment. And be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification to check out future videos. So let's dive into today's video. All right, so what I want to show you here first off is a page that I created for one of my online courses. I have a course called the SEO Consulting Blueprint, and I wanted to create a page where basically I would highlight some of the success stories from people that had gone through this particular course. So I created what I call my vault, and this is basically a collection, as I said here, a collection of client testimonials and client success stories. And I tell them to keep scrolling to the bottom and learn how you can be a part of it too. So I want to give them some idea of what to expect as they go through this page. And basically you can see here what I did is I took all of these testimonials from some of my best students, the biggest successes. Like here's a guy here, Deepak, that's doing like over $10,000 a month. And here's a video of him. And then I have all these other testimonials that I kind of crammed into this. Here's another video testimonial, tons and tons more testimonials, anything that I could get from people that was really positive. I decided to put it here, another video, even more written testimonials, and this just keeps going and going and going. And there's literally this whole page is just loaded with testimonials. And one thing you'll notice with this page is that I kind of use the same style of testimonial, and this made it really easy to put all of this content into this page. So I found that, I'm particularly not the kind of guy that like is interacting a lot in Facebook groups or doing the whole Facebook thing, but people do look at Facebook quite often, and if they see stuff on Facebook, it just is kind of a familiar look, right? So if you look at most of these, I mean, you probably wouldn't know just looking at it other than the fact that I've edited them, but almost all of these testimonials, I actually used a fake Facebook generator. And the thing that I made sure not to do was modify the original testimonial. If anything, maybe I fixed a little bit of grammar, like if someone typed a sentence like poorly or it was like a big congested blob, I could actually use this to fix it and make it easier for people to read. In addition to that, I added some highlighting of cool things in the testimonials, these little arrows, and then some cool kind of fonts and text. I've had mixed results about whether or not that's something people like or not. Whether or not they like it, I mean, either way, these are great testimonials, and that was what I was trying to show off on this page. So what I wanted to show you guys today is how I went about this and kind of some ways that you could utilize this, right? So I actually teach on an online platform called Udemy, and many of the courses that I have on Udemy, I've actually taken and started selling on my own website. So one of these courses was one of my very successful digital agency courses, and that's the one I ended up creating around my vault. And I wanted to start selling that on my own website. So what I did is I went into the Udemy listing and I found all of my best testimonials, like the very greatest ones that I had. I went through all of my email inbox and I tried to find anything positive that people had to say. There were many people that had recorded videos for me. Some of them I requested, some of them they just did it. And I was able to take all of those and basically put that into my vault. So I want to kind of give you an example of how you might go about this if you had a specific testimonial you wanted to use. So I actually pulled up an incognito window of one of my successful courses on Udemy. I've got about 800 people enrolled. This one gets a 4.4 out of 5 out of 100 plus ratings. And this is basically all about how to start a software business. So here's a review from this guy, Gene, and you can see it's a very detailed review, but it's also kind of blocky, like it's just one big block of text, but clearly he had a really positive stuff to say. If I was to sell this on my own site, and like you can see Udemy discounts this, I might take something out like, about how it's reasonably priced. Like I don't want people to think that they can go get my stuff all the time for $10. So I may take this exact review, and what I'll do is I'll go through and find all the other ones. So like here's another really good one, and I like to generally find ones that have images. So here's one of this guy, Christian. So what I would do is we'll actually go and find what's called a fake Facebook post generator. So the easy way to do this would be to go to Google and type in fake Facebook post generator, And I think I've used this one quite a bit, Prank Me Not. Last time I checked, it was a little bit buggy, but I'll show you a little workaround. So we do create Facebook status, and you can see over here on the left, we now have the ability, I can post in this guy's name. So now you can see it gives me a preview over here. And I'm gonna go back to the testimonial. We'll flip over and just grab all the details. I'm gonna take this, and we're also going to save this image. So I'm gonna save this on my desktop, and we're gonna come back and basically I'm gonna replace the message with his testimonial. And this one, I mean, was a pretty good testimonial. I might wanna, check this just to make sure, maybe add like a space there. Can highly recommend the course. So that pretty much looks good. I really don't have to modify a lot. Maybe I could take out like some of these exclamation points because it's a little bit rough. There's a spelling error here. So I'll probably just retype this. So now all the spelling is good. Everything in here looks good. I haven't modified this in any way beyond just spelling and grammar stuff. I might throw like a couple likes on it because that's realistic, right? Like if this wasn't a Facebook group, we could say 6 people liked it and 3 people shared it, right? I'm not gonna leave it at like 500 or whatever it was. And then usually I'll change the date to say today, and we'll just put like a random time. So we'll say like, 6:07, 6:09 p.m., like whatever, something realistic, not like 3 a.m. or whatever it was. Then what we're gonna do is take his profile picture, which I just saved here, and you can see we now have this whole thing. The only thing that does not look realistic about this is the little write a comment. Normally this would have my photo. Now we could download this. I think if I do this in a new tab, last I checked, this was a little bit buggy and was not saving properly. So what I do is I have a little app here called Jing, and it allows me to download this little sun here. So what I'm gonna do is actually capture this, and this is gonna allow me to basically save this as a picture. So I'm just gonna save this piece here, save the image, and you can see this is my exact image. Let me bring this over for you guys. So this is my exact image, and we're using the same exact testimonial that I really have for this course. We're gonna hit save. And now that this is saved, if I want to add some effects to it, I can either open it and edit it in Paint, or what I can do is head over to a site like Canva, and I'll actually log in, canva.com. And what this app allows you to do is do some basic testimonial editing, so you can add in some of those effects. So we'll do like create a design. I'll just do, like by default, we could probably do, we don't want like YouTube thumbnail. I may even have like an existing one I did from a long time ago. But we'll say Facebook post, I guess it's probably best bet because that's what it is. We'll go ahead and jump over to the upload section. And if we do upload image, we will take the testimonial image. And once this finishes downloading, we'll load this over. So this is pretty much good. The only thing we have to do now is ultimately we could shrink this down if we want to. We could always re-edit it later. But the idea here is now we could add like a subheading. So we could say, we'll take this. I'll put it somewhere that it's not gonna like invade with anything. We could just add whatever, like highly recommended. And now we'll move this over a tad. And then what we're gonna do is look for some elements. And usually here you can find some arrows. So I use this arrow here and we'll shrink this guy down and we'll just rotate it and bring it over. And we can basically go like this, kind of like angle it out. And then I'll usually make it black to match. And we may want to make it even a little bit smaller, just something that it's like highlighting. And now what we want to do is add some kind of element which basically gives us like a line. And usually I was adding those with Paint. As you can see, this one's just a little bit basic, but I can now go like this. I can highly recommend, and we can just make this like dark, and we might be able to shrink this down. And now you can see this is like our final image more or less. So now I'm kind of highlighting, I can highly recommend this course. Highly recommended. This is like my own thoughts or whatever. And now we've got a legitimate looking testimonial that is, again, a real testimonial that I took from an existing person, and it's a real person that left this review, and now I've just modified it and made it look really good. And you can see how I was able to utilize this in such an easy way so that all the testimonials, they fit really well, they look pretty concisive. No one is ever gonna look at this and go, was that fake, right? Like they're not gonna think anything of it because the things that these people are saying was actually true. And that would be my biggest warning. Again, I repeat it because I don't want people going out and using this to their advantage and putting fake testimonials, because there's probably some laws around that. You could get in a lot of trouble. So again, hopefully this has helped you guys. If you have emails or things that people have said, this is a great way. You can pretty much take any image, any testimonial, and turn it into something that people are going to recognize and familiarize themselves with. and again, going to be really awesome. So I'm going to leave this with, if you guys like my content, if you like some of this stuff, I do have a masterclass that I put together all about how I'm actually going out there and getting clients, doing some of the things that I was just talking about, some of the same testimonials I have here from some of my students. Definitely go check out a webinar that I put together. I basically show you guys how to land your very first big ticket client, how you can go out there and focus on sales and spend less time actually doing a lot of the grunt work, like trying to figure out how to do SEO or Facebook ads or all these other things on your own. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely check out the webinar. And again, any questions or comments, feel free to leave me a comment. Be sure to subscribe, as I'm going to be releasing new videos each and every week. Thanks for watching.